You're probably expecting the bubbly and smiling gift, the ever smiling gift. I hope I'm ever smiling. Because I know I don't have like a smiley face, but I usually try. So I know that you're probably expecting the ever smiley gift to, be smiling while talking about this today. Unfortunately, today is not this. We're not smiling in this video today. I'm going to tell you guys the raw truth about moving to Canada as a permanent resident and what you need to keep in mind if you're moving to Canada as a permanent resident. So we're going to be talking about my regrets moving to Canada as a permanent resident, what I have had to experience since I moved, and we're going to talk about if you're just watching my video or if you're coming across my channel for the first time. My name is Giftogu. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber who moved from the UK to Canada as a permanent resident. I currently live in Alberta, Canada. I make videos about career, lifestyle, my life in Canada basically. If you want to level up in your career, you want to grow, you want to, I don't know what freelancing too, okay? And I've actually like done a lot when it has to do with the freelancing space. I was in the game a long time ago. I even got featured on Upwork. So if you want to learn about career, freelancing, lifestyle, or my life basically in Canada, you're in the right place. Just keep watching. However, if these are things that you're not interested in, please leave, okay? If I'm not your vibe, I'm not your kind of vibe, I'm not the kind of person that you think you'd vibe with, you can just leave right now. You don't have to stay to the end of the video. We're talking about something serious, so let's get started. I know I always come on here to talk about how I love living in Canada, how, my life is beautiful living in Canada. I do not miss anything about the United Kingdom. I do not miss living in the UK. I really like it here. Roses and everything has been going well. And even though there is an atom of truth in that, that has not been the case. I've had loads and loads of challenges when it has to do with moving to Canada as a permanent resident, and I'm someone that does not come to the internet to share my problems. If it does not pass something about my health when it has to do with my life, my finances, my relationships, or it will never, you will not, I'm not going to come and share about my relationship or my life or my finances here, because I feel that it's too much information and everybody is not supposed to know everything about you. There are some parts of you that you should keep private, especially when you're doing content or when you're on social media. So I do not like to share everything. I share a lot, but when it has to do with important things in my life, I actually like to keep it to myself. But today I'm going to be talking about something that has been bothering me for a while, and I just feel that I have to say it. So if you're coming, you know what you're signing up for. You will get that. You will know what you're signing up for before you move to Canada, before you leave the UK to move to Canada as a permanent resident. Let's talk about how expensive things are. Things are so expensive in this country. Things are so freaking expensive in this country. Like, the cost of living is really, really high here. The only thing that is different for me here, I've done a video about the cost of living in Canada, in Alberta, in Edmonton. So the only thing that is actually like cheaper for me here has to be my rent, because like I said, when I was living in England, I was living close to London, and I was living close to London, and the rent was quite expensive. However, here rent is cheaper for me. But when it has to do with the cost of groceries, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand why is it so expensive here. The cost of groceries is so expensive. You walk into Walmart and then $100 is gone. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. So like buying food and all of that, our food budget is really, really high. So you walk into Walmart, you walk into the African store, when you come out, the money is gone. The whole money is gone. I don't understand it at all. I'm not trying to compare. This is not a comparing video. I'm just like, being vulnerable with you guys and just like, talking about my experience here. I don't get it at all. Like, I know going to Lidl, if I can go with £10 and buy something reasonable that I can use to eat, like prepare a proper meal that will still remain. However, it's not the case here. I can't, let me say $10, $20. I can't even get anything substantial with $20. And it's not just the cost of groceries, cost of every other thing. I'll say electricity is cheaper than what we're paying for in the UK. And we didn't pay internet bill in the UK because like all the apartments that I lived in England all came with internet. So I didn't have to pay for internet. So I don't know about the cost of internet. But it's just like the cost of living is so high here. Like it is so freaking high. And it's not just the cost of living. It's that's not the only thing that you need to be worried about when you're moving to Canada. The job market is horrible. And I know that I might not be the right person to say this because, you know, I always talk about career, how you can level up in your career, how you can get a remote job, how you can level up in your freelancing, which are things that I've done and I've gained success from as someone who does marketing. So I do have experience in this. But I'm telling you for a fact that the job market is not it. Oh my God. The job. Don't tell me that you get back to me in 2 weeks, in a month, and then you will ghost somebody. So I don't understand. I don't think it makes any sense that you will not respond. I'm not saying that respond to everybody that applied. But if somebody does first round of interviews, second round of interviews, if somebody even does any round of interview at all with you, the least you owe the person is an unfortunately email. Just send your unfortunately email. Send the damn email to the person. Send the email like nobody's coming to beat you. I don't understand like all of these lies. Like these are lies. I'm sorry. These are lies saying, oh, I'll get back to you next week. And in a month, there's nothing, absolute silence. It does not make any sense to me. Like nobody's beating you. My first job in Canada was via recommendation and all of that, but I've actually done loads and loads and loads of interviews. I've done loads and loads of interviews, and I'm telling you for a fact that these employers like to ghost. They will ghost you. And I don't think it makes any sense. I feel that the least you owe job seekers is honesty. The least you owe job seekers is honesty. If you're not feeling the vibe, don't ghost people. Like job hunting is a full-time job. I've job hunted in the UK. I've job hunted in Canada. And I'm telling you for a fact that it's a full-time job. That's not okay. So I don't understand, like, somebody applies to a job, let's say it's not that the person didn't even like pass through the first stage, it's not that the person's resume did not go through ATS, the person's resume actually went through ATS. You scheduled an interview with the person, you've done the interview with the person, and maybe the person needs to move to the second stage, or the person has moved to the second stage, and then the person has done the second interview. You now ghost the person. Why? For what? I've done interviews that I've gotten to the final stages of the interview, and I'm now the one like reaching out to the HR like, hey, you said you were going to get back to me in 2 weeks. It's a month, like you're not getting back to me. They will see your messages, they will not respond to it. I don't understand the HR pattern. I don't understand the HR system here. I've been fortunate to work here in Canada, to have Canada job experience. I've been fortunate to have that. But I'm just saying that I've also been in the job market. I've applied for jobs in this country, and I'm telling you that the system is not fair. Like it's so bad that when you even do an interview and all of that, you just have to move on from it. It's like, because they'll probably not get back to you. It does not make any sense. It will not take you anything to reach out to people that have painstakingly prepared for an interview to tell them, unfortunately, that's it. It's a generic email. I'm sorry, you are good, you are great, and all of that. We decided to move on to another person. You not reaching out to people after interviewing them, when they've done rounds and rounds of interviews with you, you reaching out to them, you not reaching out to them, you ghosting them is being nice. I'm sorry, it's not being nice. It's not being nicer. There's nothing nice about that. You saying, oh, I don't want to hurt your feelings. You ghosting somebody is already hurting the person's feelings. If you're ghosting somebody, you're already hurting the person's feelings. So you're saying that you're not going to reach out to them, like you're just going to ghost them because, like, you're going to ghost them because you don't want to hurt their feelings. Like, you not reaching out to them is hurting their feelings. It's hurting it more than when you actually reach out to them. Because if you reach out to them and tell them, oh sorry, like this role has closed, this has happened, people will move on. But people have painstakingly put in time to prepare for interviews, time and time and time again, different stages of interviews. You owe them, you owe them honesty. You owe them honesty. I'm not saying if somebody applies to your job and it does not go through ATS, maybe you, for that one, it's understandable. A lot of people have applied for the jobs, and maybe you're using ATS, or you're using ATS to I'm even trying to find the right word, to just like maybe streamline the hiring process, or to just drop some people. That's understandable. But if people have moved to a stage of interview, like people have moved from the application stage to an interview stage, and you've interviewed them, the least you can do, the least you owe them is honesty. Come clean and tell them, hey, this is not, sorry, we decided to go with another candidate whose skills and experience aligns closely with what we are looking for. It's not bad. Nobody will die. Nothing will happen to anybody. But don't say you're being nice, you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings and all of that, and you will not get back to them. That's one thing I miss about the UK. If you apply for a job, they will tell you sorry, or they will use unfortunately to finish you. And it's better because you remove your mind from the job. I will not say anything about accommodation because, like I said, I've had it easy when it has to do with accommodation. And even for the job, I was lucky to get referred for a job like that helped me get Canadian experience that I got before I even moved here. So I was lucky to be in that position, to get that. But I know that I've interviewed for loads of jobs here, and one thing about me is that I will get interviews. So I've interviewed for most jobs here, and I've been moving from stages to stages that I don't understand. I don't get it. So like I said, for accommodation, I won't say a lot of things about it because like I did not have to look for any accommodation. I got several apartments in the UK before I settled for the one that I'm currently in right now. Another thing that also I was not prepared for is like, there's a drug problem in this country. Like there's a drug problem in this country. I remember the first day that I moved to Canada, it was on a Thursday, and on Friday we had to go to downtown to, do our stuff, like get our register, right? Get our SIN and just a couple of things that we had to do. One thing that stood out for me was the amount of homelessness. I've never seen that in my life before. Like, I've never seen that in my life. It was a lot of homeless people. And there's a drug problem in the country. And I moved from England. I know that there are homeless people in England, but with this magnitude, I've never seen it before. And I've been asking my friends, even my family members that are here, what is government doing about the level of homelessness? And I discovered that there are loads of like, NGOs or charities that work to fight homelessness in my city. And I know that it's not just my city that this homelessness is on the rise. Also in different parts of Canada. And then in Ontario, there are homeless people, like in Manitoba, there are a lot of homeless people. And I'm not just saying homeless people, like a lot of homeless people. And then there's a drug problem in this country. Like there's a serious drug problem in this country. And I don't know what the government is doing to work on that. Because it's alarming, like young people with these problems, what's the government doing to solve this? And I know that you guys be like, oh, I'm so negative. Like, if you don't like it, move back. I'm not saying that I don't like it here. I'm not saying that it's not a good country, or I'm not saying that I regret it, I'm just saying that, like, these are the issues, These are the issues that most times, like, even for me to talk about it, I was like, I don't want to sound so ungrateful. This country gave me permanent residency, so I don't want to sound like I'm just complaining. But I've made videos here for almost 3 months, and I've not complained. I've not complained about what's going on here. I just come and bring vibes, roses and sunshine. I've not complained about this, but this is actually getting out of hand. This is actually getting out of hand. Like, what is the government doing? Why is the homelessness rising? Winter is coming. What's going to happen to all of those people? I feel so bad. Like, is there something that I can even do to help people out? is there something I can do to help people out? Why is the level of homelessness so high here? I don't understand. Another thing I also say is that I was also fortunate to, also get a client here that I was writing for. So I do, like I said, I like to talk about career stuff. So I feel that people should also have other things to do. So for me, I do freelance ghostwriting. So it has also been very helpful for me, aside from like my marketing opportunity, my marketing role that is giving me my Canada experience. Also, freelancing has also been very helpful. Like I said, I'm not ungrateful, but I'm Nigerian. We always like strive for more. Do you understand? We always like look for more opportunities and all of that. And I'm just sharing about my experience in the job market here in Canada. It has not been easy. Another thing that has also been, weird for me is church. I know, like, the church for me is not very welcoming. I've mentioned this in my vlogs. It's not very welcoming. It's not giving me I don't have the energy to be going to church all the time because it's not welcoming. Like, nobody cares that they've not seen you before. In England, they will reach out to you. There's even food, okay? There's food. They will reach out to you if you're new. Like, they will take your number. They will follow up with you. A lot of stuff for newcomers. But here, I know that in our bulletin, I just saw recently that there is a pass where you can actually put your name and phone number and all of that, and they'll reach out to you. But in England, they will spot you from the church that you're new, and then you see people like talking to you, making you feel welcome. They want you to feel at home. It's not the same here. I'm not saying that this is a bad country or anything. I am just sharing some of the things that I've observed about Canada. And if people have some tips for me in the comment section, please let me know. And I'm not saying that it's a bad country. It's an amazing country. I'm very grateful to be here. However, I said I don't like to be vulnerable on social media. I don't like to share things in my personal life on social media, but I like to share things I know that will be beneficial to other people. And I know that for the job thing, like I said, I'm looking for my dream company. Okay, I'm looking for my dream company, and my dream job, my dream company. Like, do you understand? Yeah. So I'm actually looking for that, and it's not my resume that is the problem. So I don't know. I'm even afraid now of even doing more interviews because I give my strategies in this interview and I'm scared that let people not steal it, okay? Let it not be stolen, because my ideas have been stolen in a company that I applied for in England. They stole my ideas and implemented it and did not hire me because of probably visa issues or whatever, but they didn't hire me and they implemented my ideas. So now I'm also at the verge of, like, I'm worried about sharing too much ideas when I'm doing my interviews, and sharing a lot of ideas that will be helpful for the brand. Because if I go for any interview, I do my extensive research regarding the brand and look for like some of the gaps that they have and create strategies that would actually help them. So at this point, I'm even scared of doing interviews. I'm scared of sharing my ideas. I'm scared of sharing my ideas during interviews so that, it will not be stolen or something. So if you have any tip for me, please leave it in the comment section. And I just wanted to share, like, everything that has been going on. Like I said, I'm very grateful to have an opportunity to even do marketing, to have an opportunity to do marketing for the company that I'm actually doing it for right now. I'm also grateful for my writing career, which has also helped me like do a bit of freelancing jobs here and there while also working in marketing. However, I'm still looking, okay? So if you have any tips for me, let me know. And I just wanted to share, I regret moving to Canada, question mark. I like it here. I really like it here, but like these are some of the things that nobody talks about. I just wanted to put it out there so that you guys will know, like, before making your decision. Till I come here again next time, be good and follow me on TikTok if you're not following me yet. All right, take care. Bye.